everyone, it's Jessica Michaels here with another project for the Thermoweb design team. I'm working on finishing my summer mini album, and I've pulled out the Deco foil toner card front. It's called Ray of Sunshine, and I'm just going to use this to create a nice pocket page element in my 4x6 pocket pages in my 6x8 album. So I'm just using some inks by 49 and Market and doing some ink blending on here to add color to my toner card front. As you can see, I kind of go back in with the colors after the initial application to blend those colors together. I am being a little bit careful with the blue and the orange because that's going to make some brown if I mix these together too well. So I am trying to keep those a little bit more separate. I'm just going to lightly blend these two colors because I do want them to blend because it's kind of supposed to be like a sky. Like I'm using the sun in the middle with the yellows and the orange, and then using the blue kind of to mimic the sky. And then once you're all done with ink blending on these, you'll want to make sure that you wipe that toner section off with a microfiber cloth or something similar, or I just use a tissue in my case. I've got my craft and carrier sheet here along with my fuse laminating system, so I'm just putting my craft and carrier sheet down first, opening that up, placing my toner card front down, and then using my foil here, which is in the Wild Dandelion color in the Fancy Foils by Gina K. And I'm just placing that foil on top and sending that through my fuse laminating system. You'll want to make sure that you're inserting the folded edge into your machine for a nice clean application. And I use the number 3 setting on my heat. So there you can see it's come out all sparkly and new and just gorgeous. It's gonna be perfect in my little pocket here. I've got my little page protector. These are 4x6 page protectors, so it's got 2 4x6 pockets, one on the top, one on the bottom. And these toner card fronts are a little bit shorter than 6 inches wide, so I'm actually going to use a background paper from this Doodlebug collection to just mat that toner card front. And if I was actually thinking about this while I was doing it, I wanted to add some journaling to this, and I wish I would have just left this open and made this into a pocket so I can slide my journaling strip or my journaling tag down into this and just create like an interactive element. But I think it's going to be just fine because I am still able to access the top of that pocket just fine. So I'm still going to slide that journaling in there after I'm done with this layout. But I kind of have a little story to tell about these photos. So I want to be able to add some journaling, and I wasn't able to squeeze it onto this layout anywhere. So I think that's what I'm going to do after I am done with this and kind of putting it away in my little snap album. I have some embellishments here from this Doodlebug collection that's called Summer Fun, and I'm just going to layer embellishments around my photos. As you can see, I did create a little photo strip at the bottom. I've just got 2 photos today. Now, these are 4x6 pocket pages, so yes, I could have printed my photos at 4x6 inches, but you guys know that I like more of a creative aspect in my projects, so that's kind of what I'm doing here. I am just using my toner card front to create a nice focal point for my title to land up top. I just loved the way that Summer Vibes title with the little palm tree looked against the sun toner coming through there and all of that gorgeous foil. So I just decided on using that as kind of my focal point pocket page, kind of like you would use a one of those cut apart sheets and use a pocket card. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just creating my own pocket card and using that toner card front and embellishments. And then here at the bottom, I'm just using the bottom one to hold my photos. So I'm choosing those 2 photos today. Now, I do realize that my little girl's face is very grumpy. Rest assured, she actually really liked this. She just had like this stoic grump face on the whole time, but she did not really want to get off. So I know that she enjoyed it because she threw a fit when I took her off of it. So rest assured, she wasn't, anxious about it or anything. I think she was a little worried at first when we first started out because this was her first time kayaking, and I hadn't kayaked for a long time, and I've only gone a couple times too, but this was on Lake Erie, and the place that we stayed has kayaks, and I just had to try them out at some point. And honestly, this was toward the end of our trip. I think this was like one of the last days we were there. It might have been the last day, I can't remember, but I wish I would have tried it sooner because I loved it. And it was just so calm and peaceful in the morning. The water had barely any waves. I know it's weird for like a Great Lake, but the Great Lakes do have waves just like the ocean, and they get pretty big at times. And in the mornings, for whatever reason, maybe because of the calm of night all night, I'm not sure, but there was basically no waves in the morning, and probably till about like 10:30 in the morning is when they really started picking back up. And even at that, they weren't huge waves anyways, but it was just so beautiful and peaceful every morning. I wish I would have done this sooner in our trip because it was just such a nice start to the morning this day to be able to take the kayak out and just kind of go explore the coastline. Now, granted, I didn't go very far because this is a one-person kayak, so technically we were not legal, but I was only going probably like maybe 20 feet at best off of the shore. So it wasn't super deep. I did run into one deep spot though. That kind of made me a little bit leery because I had my daughter, but we both had light jackets on. I know how to swim. It was all good. Like I said, there wasn't really any waves, but her face right there was probably when I was in that really deep spot. So she may have been a little bit leery just like I was. But overall, I don't really think she was scared or anything. She did really great with it, and she ended up like touching the water and putting her hands in the water and leaning over and things on the way back. So that's kind of how I know that she had gotten used to it and she actually enjoyed it. But again, I do wish that I would have done it earlier in our trip, but you know what? Lesson learned, and now I know that I really enjoy it and I love it. So next trip that we go to the beach, I'm definitely going to be utilizing some kayaking. So I've got my embellishments mainly on here. I just kind of embellished down the middle of my photos to create that little signpost split there. And then I added a bunch of things to the top for some interest. I am using my tape runner from Thermoweb by iCraft Adhesives, along with some easy tear tape in the 1/2 inch size. So I'm using both of those here as my adhesives today. They're working wonderfully. And I think I also use a little bit of the mixed media adhesive somewhere too, if I remember right. On the tags, I think, is what I used them on. And then I'm going to add some baker's twine on the tops of the tags to finish those off. That's going to kind of peek out of my pocket page, so it will actually be visible kind of on top of the top one there, as you can see as I'm placing them in. That's what it looks like. I love this. This is such a great addition to my mini album here, and this is going to go really, really nicely for my finished album. I'm trying to finish up unfinished products this year, so you're going to be seeing this little mini album popping up quite a bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this process and how to add foiling into your projects. If you have any questions for me, list them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer, and as usual, all the products will be listed in my description. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.